Yo, what is up you guys, it's your boy Shotkumer aka Zirgat, and in this video we are going to cover Atal'Dazar on a 24 Tyrannical. Yeah, so basically I would say that this key is probably one of the easier ones. I think most people would agree with that. I'll still try to walk you through it and stuff. I will also try to keep it short and kind of like skip things that I feel like are not that important. Honestly, I have not played in the BFA, so this was kind of a new dungeon for me. I'm sure some of you are familiar from the BFA Mythic Plus, and I'm assuming things aren't that different. Maybe a few changes and stuff, but overall, and of course like different stats and meta, but I would assume it's pretty much similar. So I'm sure a lot of people have experience with this one, and that's also why it kind of feels easier. One thing I will say about Razan is don't greed distance on the chase. I have died to this a few times because of being a dummy. You can do a lot of damage here as Disc Priest. Just try your best not to be greedy, because really, I know that T-Rex has short arms, but this one does not. This one has like a ranged melee attack for some reason. His distance that he can cover with those tiny little hands is crazy. Also, oh yeah, I just remembered. In this key I have actually done a little bit of trolling. As you can see, I'm playing evangelism. Now that is not because this is some new meta that you guys have missed. This is because this was right after the raid and I just completely forgot to change my talents. So, you know, maybe if you want to get like a week or a to remind you to not have this happen, then maybe do that. I sometimes forget and stuff, so this is the result of it, and pretty unfortunate, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? You know, mistakes happen. That obviously meant that I did lose out a little bit of damage and stuff on this one, but really it doesn't matter because Razan it's a free boss. Let's face it, it's a free boss. As long as you just fight from fear, you're fine. What I kinda like to do is I like to wait here and throw a penance so I don't lose like uptime here. Obviously it's a small little min-max. Don't risk getting feared, it's not worth it. You'll lose more than you would lose if you just hide on time. But yeah, as you've seen, we wasted one combat res here because the evoker probably underestimated the distance of his hands, same as I did in the past. It happens to the best of us. After this I will apologize to the lads and go to change my talents. So I'm just gonna skip ahead because honestly this boss, like, there's just not much to talk about. We do this pack here with the fear pack. This is just like pretty free, honestly. I was a bit conservative here with the cooldowns because I didn't want to get into a situation where I leave the dungeon to change my talents and then it tells me, you know, you can't change your talents while, I don't know, you have something on cooldown or whatever. So here you can see in the chat I told them that I need to change the talents, so I'm obviously just gonna skip ahead. Here we can also take a look at the talents. As you can see, this is my M+ build for at the time. I did change some things a little bit, but you know, we'll talk about it in some other video or some other time. I'm not gonna get into it now. Apparently DH also forgot to change his talent, so we waited for him again. I'm just skipping, guys. I'm going, you know, every skip is about, I think, 10 seconds, 15 seconds ahead. So don't worry, you're not missing much when I skip, you know. I'm just kind of trying to keep it breezy, you know, so we don't waste time on things that are necessary. This pack is very dangerous. As you can see, I plopped the barrier here when I saw the charge coming. Juggernaut gets rage. See that Fanatic's rage? It increases his damage and then the charge basically one-shots. So just be careful, yeah. Ideally, you don't let him like cast ever with rage. People need to suit, but this is a raging week, and I think they're using their suits for the raging itself. So, you know, very dangerous potential situations and stuff, so just be aware of that. This pack is actually kind of tricky. I don't know the name of this spell. I think it's like Rotting Decay or Noxious Goo or something like that. It hurts, yeah, it hurts. So you will just have to like maintain like pretty solid HPS throughout the entire encounter. Obviously dodging and not standing in the goo definitely helps as well, but really there's not much else to say about it. You can see like if you don't move quickly you can get clapped. It's actually kind of tricky, not gonna lie. This pack on Fortified is really dangerous. You know, if you're playing like Ardruid or something, you just keep moving and casting, no biggie. But for us as priests, we do need to be stationary to get our maxed output. So you really need to like be careful. Try to optimize your movement so that you're moving during the penance. And here again, as you can see, it's all pretty chill. It's healing, you know. Look, 150k HPS. It's not too much. It's not crazy. Not like, you know, cooldown HPS, but it is like a pretty You gotta keep in mind we were chain pulling, so this is like a maintained HPS for like what, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That's quite a bit honestly. That's like a boss level HPS, you know. It's I'm not trying to flex here or anything. I'm just telling you, like, don't underestimate this, yeah, because you can clearly see that it does a lot of damage. So just be ready for that, you know. Have atonements on people, have your radiances ready, make sure you have some cooldowns a little bit to help out and stuff, and yeah, just be very careful. And be prepared, obviously, to do the same on Fortified, because this on Fortified is actually like a boss, yeah. These packs are incredibly difficult in Fortified, in my opinion. Again, you know, just doing some little DPS on the totem. I noticed that the tank was out of cooldowns, so I put paints up on him, but he bubbled, so we kind of like overlapped that. That's probably my bad, I don't know, probably. I think he casted the bubble first, so yeah, it's my bad. I think I should have waited, but you know, just pay attention. You know, paladin tanks are prone to like just dying sometimes when they don't have like consecrate, and when they don't have their argent defender, they tend to be real squishy, and when that happens you just want to be ready to like pain sub them. So I really have to remember to add, because I haven't played with a lot of paladins this season, and they are kind of rising in the meta, as they always do for pug keys, because how strong they are in terms of interrupts and utility and off heals. I gotta remember to add Argent Defender to track it, because I'm currently not tracking it. That's pretty bad. That's kind of like the main one of the main things that you want to track for paladins. It's that one and the other one that makes them like go giga strong, that has like a 3-minute cooldown. I always forget its name, or even 5 minutes, but it can like get reduced to like 3 minutes or something like that. I forgot, I'll have to double check, but yeah. Basically these packs, again, it's just kind of like they can hacks and stuff. It's really not big of a deal. And then again, here we have the AoE with the totem and stuff. You know, just interrupt what you can. Obviously, you know, if you're targeted by the poly, that's bad, but if somebody else is, then you can even let it go through and you can just insta dispel. It's not a big deal, you know. Just kill that. I just reminded him that, you know, let's make sure we kick, because one of the main reasons I have seen people die to this boss is they just don't kick, and that's really bad. So yeah, we start the fight. We did kick actually, so yeah, you can see here I'm struggling to find like my space where I can heal everybody, because it's really annoying when one like radiance doesn't atone everyone. So I just like manually applied atonements sometimes on this boss and stuff like that. I haven't actually done this key that much, so I you know, now looking at this replay, that's probably what I should have done. Like, screw radiance, just manually apply atonements, and you know, try to maintain them through smiting as much as you can, and then like refresh them. Obviously you can still radiance. I mean, radiance is a good heal, and plus it does atonements, so it's definitely a value. But yeah, you can see here I tried to help a little bit everywhere. We kind of just like evened it out. We didn't really do like, usually you'll send like AUG, tank, healer on one, and then DPS for one totem each, but in this scenario we kind of didn't do that. We kind of did a little bit of both, but yeah. And here honestly, this is not a joke, this boss. Yeah, it's you will see why. So you basically just need to kind of stutter step this debuff. Yeah, you really have to greed for space a little bit. You can see if you accidentally stay in it, you will take a lot of damage. And I actually do think I die at some point for in this fight. But yeah, just maintaining radiance here on everyone, or rather atonements on everyone. You can radiance, you can also manually just apply them. I find it that like if I don't radiance, I kind of fall behind if I have to manually apply atonements to everyone, and I didn't want to risk that because the key was pretty clean so far, so I wanted to make sure that I do my best. So yeah, we just kind of like did okay spacing wise, but then I noticed that you know, they're running, like they want to run in this lane and they're kind of running out of space, so I kind of like tried to take these like weird positions a little bit, and yeah, just probably not the best decision. And here I over moved a little bit and I stepped in the goo and I just died. I think I double stepped there. That felt like a double goo, you know, so it was very risky, and then things got scary. Luckily this guy did darkness here, and I quickly plopped the barrier, because I thought like that's probably like the highest value spell I can do in one GCD to just kind of allow me like the time to recover. Maybe not the case, but anyway, it's kind of like what I decided to cast, because I didn't feel like I had the space or time to cast my radiance. And anyway, we did recover. You know, most of the deaths in this key, as you can see, have been like pretty silly. I mean, Evoker dying on the Rizan, and then by me dying on this, it's just equally silly. It's just like That was just pretty silly. And yeah, I even typed it. Yeah, I kind of meant to say sorry, you know, but you know, trying to do it in a funny way so people don't get upset, because sometimes people get mad over these things, and rightfully so. It's a pretty sloppy mistake, but you know, what can you do? Nobody's perfect. Anyway, you can see like this spec does a lot of damage again. Again, if you look at HPS, I mean, again, HPS isn't like a really good metric in keys. Like, it doesn't really matter for much, but it matters in a way that it kind of shows you how much healing you need to do to survive certain packs. This is just like a pure AoE pack with the small guys, and then these guys basically they don't do anything except try to fear you, so make sure you don't get feared, and overall it should be fine. You can pop Rupture, you can even use Barrier, you can just spam Radiance into your normal damage rotation, and that way you will also do pretty good damage. So it's a lot of options. I tend to not use Rupture too much, honestly, nowadays. It's not because it's a bad spell by any means, especially if you're playing Aegis. It's really good, but I just kind of feel like it's awkward to cast. It's way too many globals for not that much value, and I mostly tend to use it on the fights where I feel like I have to move and I cannot get my heals out. So I try to like kind of like cover my tracks a little bit with the Radiance until I can cast again. So yeah, you just need to be a little bit creative with this, as usual. You need like high understanding of the spec. Things are rarely scripted on Disc because... Okay, I lied. Things are pretty scripted for Disc, maybe even more so than other healers, but what I mean by that is like, you sometimes need to adapt, right? Because sometimes you have to go off script, because what happens is you might want to be casting smites and you know, mind blasts and, you know, farm your mindbender back, but maybe there's just simply no space for that, so sometimes you just have to be ready for that. Anyhow, let's proceed a little bit. I think somebody... No, nobody died in the fire. Oh yeah, that's later. I remember this key. Yeah, that's later. It's fine. Sorry for the spoilers. But yeah, this pack actually dangerous. Yeah, actually dangerous, because again, you have a Juggernaut who can get Mage, and when he gets Mage, he just kills someone. You have these puddles, which are spooky, and overall, just like as long as you CC, it's not that bad. As you can see, like we kind of like cleaned up pretty nicely. But again, you can see that some mobs are getting Mage and stuff. So you know, the no interrupts means that, you know, things like this happen, and then people walk into circles and then they start taking damage, and then the Juggernaut claps you and suddenly you're in giga danger. So you know, here I just used Mindbender. It was a pretty sloppy usage, but I just wanted to make sure I have the heals that I need. And here I was kind of greedy, you know, I wanted him to go because I had my Mindbender running, so I just pulled. Probably don't do that, but I don't know what we were waiting for. So like, he was just sitting there and I had my cooldowns running, so I wanted to make use of them. And here's what I do on this boss. Yeah, I take my position early and I'm counting on people to have their eyes so they can see me and like tell that I'm taking this pool. And you can see the Boomy here was late to realize that, here because I clearly stood next to that pool, and like he just wanted to yoink it. And here I kind of like yoinked it from the tank, but I didn't really, because I took that position so early. He was just kind of like slow to move. But then I thought to myself like, okay, no worries, I'll just take like the worst ones, the furthest ones away. I don't mind. Like I didn't, you know, I have no ego, dude. I'll do whatever it takes to kill bosses. So I just moved as far away as possible and just took that pool. I just like to be there earliest, so I kind of like signal to people, because you know we don't have comms and all these are all bugs without comms. So I just want to signal to them that, you know, you, this is my pool, you find your own, you know, and that's it. And here again we missed one. I don't know, like I don't know what was happening here, honestly, but you know, it's okay. Mistakes happen, you know. I guess again overlap and stuff. But yeah, this boss should have died even earlier. But again, this is a pretty easy boss. What you need to keep in mind is you need to like purge. I kind of didn't do that here, to be honest. But yeah, this buff can be purged that the boss has right now. I feel like it's not super important, but you can do it. You need to dispel this, and you need to heal when the transfusion happens. Yeah, these are important parts. Very important that you actually heal during this, because the damage will actually hit decently hard. It's really not anything crazy, but it is like a pretty bursty AoE damage, which does need to be taken care of. So just make sure you're you know, on top of your game with that. Make sure you have your Mindbender running for that part, especially. Again, see, you can purge this. I think I did purge it here, actually. Did I? No, somebody else purged it. But yeah, it can be purged. It doesn't have to be you, obviously, but I think like your global hurts the least. I think who was purging there was actually DH, probably. He's the only one that can purge outside of me. But yeah, obviously, like, It's a bigger DPS loss if he purchased than me, so I should have been the one to do it, but I just wasn't like fully aware of it, I guess. And here I think somebody will die to the fire. Yeah, tank just kind of went YOLO and sorry for laughing, but it's so funny. Same thing happened to me multiple times, so I get it. Anyway, you know, here you can just mount up and stuff, you know, you go up the stairs, here things get scary. Oh yeah, I remember this, look at this. Look, somehow I don't get hit. I could have died there. But yeah, this part is wonky. I guess just take your time. It's not worth dying here. It's just be safe. And here I'm saying I'm rezzing, and here we're wasting like 30 seconds for some reason, and the boss fight starts. IPI again, and you know, just going to your regular DPS, the rotation. Honestly, here, you kind of want to save the heals for this. What's it called? Soul Rend, I think. Soul Rend, yeah. Soul Rend, and then you want to save your like externals and have a single target healing for the Wrecking Pain. So as you guys know, Wrecking Pain got changed this season. Wrecking Pain used to be interruptible, but they made it uninterruptible, which means that this spell is actually kind of like a dangerous thing, and it scales obviously with keys, same as everything else. So you just want to make sure on high keys that you got something, you know, you can paint up, you can just heal as well. You guys know my take on like healing with penance. It's kind of cringe. I don't like doing it. I try to avoid it, so I tend to not really do it, but you can, you know, if you feel like there's not enough like survivability otherwise, just throw one of the penances into the person that's taking damage, and it should be taken care of. And again, just healing, shields, you know, get a nice little flash heal proc, you know, just it's chill. It's nothing too scary, you know. People were dramatizing, they were like, oh, this is gonna start one-shotting on Tyrannical, blah blah blah. It's not that bad. It hits and then it deals. It's a dot. Honestly, compared to some other spells in this game that cannot be interrupted, this one isn't even that scary. So, you know, just heal it up. And here we lost it as soon as it was up. Again, see, I'm just kind of trying to maintain the heals. I'm trying to save my like penances for like the moments where we get all clapped and then we need to like move. Obviously Halo is good here for that nice little AoE. You can also Holy Nova. It's very good to Holy Nova here once the souls get split, and then just heal by penance into the boss, or even penance into the boss first and then Holy Nova. But as long as the ads are stacked, you'll get like a lot of value, and as long as the players are stacked as well, you'll get a lot of value out of Holy Nova. And also things start to get overwhelming with this boss. Like as you can see, there's more and more spiders and stuff, and then people get split up and you don't know where to go. And I feel like this is the only hard boss in this entire key, and maybe even like the only hard boss in this entire dungeon. Even like what I mean by that is like even the trash is mostly easy, right? On Tyrannical. On Fortified, trash is not that easy on this dungeon. It's actually, trash is harder than the bosses in this one. But as you can see, like the Wrecking Pain does hurt if you got nothing up, yeah? So I used my Fade earlier, so I didn't have anything. So as you can see, like it did hurt. I did have Paints up, so I could have used Paints up, I guess, but I kind of wanted to be a little bit greedy with it and save it. I guess one advice I have for this boss is just don't get caught with your pants down, and don't greed next to the spiders, and obviously don't play the game when you can't see anything like I just did, you know. That was this weird camera angles. I hate that in these dungeons that have like roofs and buildings and stuff. It's when you can't see stuff. It always gives me like Sanguine Depths flashbacks, where you literally can't even see where you're going. Yeah, as you can see, again, it's pretty chill. It's pretty chill. Boss was out of range here, so I couldn't really do too much healing, but, you know, as soon as I'm there, you know, power with that, you know, just some penanceing, just making sure you're getting your heals off. Easy peasy, nothing complicated, honestly. Nothing complicated. See, another Wrecking Pain. It's on Evoker. Saving the paints up for the next season, guys. Don't worry. There you go, I cast it. And here you can, again, you just want to time your heals so that they happen as the damage comes, you know, because you'll have to move from the spiders that get spawned, so you just want to make sure that, you know, you got some heals going. And here I like to cast Halo there for the AoE value on the ads and to heal people. And that's it. Let's see if I'll, I just want to make sure, I want to show the breakdown here, but I don't know if I will, because sometimes I forget. Sometimes I tend to forget checking them trinkets. Come on, show the breakdown. Breakdown. Don't forget. Oh, maybe? No? Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. I remembered. As you can see, guys, as I said in the Everbloom video as well, this trinket, Oakheart Gnarled Root, or whatever it's called, slaps. It's a big damage boost, and it also gives you Versa, which helps us live because we're priest and we're squishy. I'm not saying it's a must-have trinket. There are better output trinkets, I think. Mainly the, again, one from the Everbloom or some maybe raid trinkets, but this one is, actually in raid trinkets, I think only Pips is really good, but this is a good trinket as well. I like it. I think it's good. Just depends what you want. If you want more int, you can use an int trinket. If not, you can use it wherever you want, I guess. But yeah, this is the damage breakdown. As always, like, you know, Mindbender and Penance are usually up there, and then Smite close next. And if you use your Purge, the Wicked Much, you will also get high value out of this as well. And you can see the weapon also absolutely slaps. I mean, 5% damage just from the passive from the weapon without losing any stats is just so free. And I got so lucky that I got that weapon on Mythic track in Vault week 1. That was crazy lucky. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you like the content, make sure to like, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And I'll catch you in the next one.